Let's get back so you can see. All right. Mexico, the Riviera Maya. She's been 6 times. Europe. She loves Paris. Everything is art, including the buildings. Tattoo. She's got the sunshine on her ankle because she'll never get tired of the sun. Her favorite animal is a dolphin. They're the dogs of the ocean, and they're sweet and beautiful. She was a lifeguard, but she loves the beach. She was on the swim team. She swam year-round from ages 6 to 16, and it's still her favorite exercise. Action movies are her favorites, but she only goes to movies at night. Lakes, no lakes. She doesn't know what's lurking underneath. She's outstanding in her field, getting a 5-star rating on Yelp. She's a native of San Diego, where it's 76 degrees all year long. And her favorite line of a song, for those about to rock, we salute you, Mary Madison. That
was long. So who knows someone that appreciates consistent quality? Yeah. And who would like to know the secret to achieve duplicatable results? Me too. So I'm Mary Madison, and I'm going to share with you just how to do that. I began my career in hairdressing as an assistant about 13 years ago. I was a shampoo girl, swept the floors, styled clients for my hairdresser. And it was my fun job. I just did it part-time because I had a real job. I was a sales analyst at an executive benefits firm. And when I was released from duties from that, I was laid off, I decided to go to cosmetology school. And because I was already in love with hairdressing from my fun job. Since then, I worked at a national chain salon where I became a staff educator. And I've traveled to Dallas, to Fort Walton Beach, to Las Vegas, and Birmingham and Soho for haircutting techniques and classes. So I would like to share with you some of the knowledge that I've gained from investing my time and money into haircutting. So hairdressers, companies that are known for hairdressing got together and developed a language that hairdressers can use to speak professionally and concisely about the division of haircutting. And these are the 4 basic elements that comprise a haircut. So we begin with partings and sections. And that is simply the way the hair is divided in order to control the hair and to establish a guide. Then we move into distribution, and the distribution is how the hair is combed in relation to the parting or the section. Elevation, that's how the hair is combed in relative to the head. So many times the distribution and elevation will be quite similar. And then finally, the cut. The cut can be how the technique is achieved, i.e. point cut, or sliced. It can also be the way the shape appears, square, round, parallel to the head shape. So these are the 4 main principles in developing a haircut. And this is how you get duplicatable results every single time. And this is not taught in cosmetology school. So many hairdressers that are not receiving education post cosmetology school wouldn't know this information, and therefore might not be able to achieve the look time and time again. So taking it a step further, from the partings and sections, from the information gathered from the partings and sections, distribution, elevation, and cut, we can take a map of the head. And this can tell the hairdresser everything they need to know in order to duplicate the haircut. Every single haircut that I do is approached the same way. Not with the same partings and sections, obviously, but with a map, a plan, and that's how you get similar results. So for this particular example, for a one-length haircut, such as Dakota Fanning, you would begin with a profile parting, into diagonal forward, into horseshoe. The distribution is natural fall into over-directed, and everything in front of the ear would be over-directed behind. The elevation would be 0 degrees, held in the comb, and the cut is parallel to the part, or square. As you can see, it's a square shape that results. And you wouldn't believe that this is the process for just a one-length haircut, because you may have experienced before. I've seen places that would just comb the hair and cut straight across. And the result you achieve is different than what would be achieved by doing it in a mapped out, consistent way. Also, we have a little red flag area around the ears. And that would be to allow for the ear. It can create a gap if you cut straight across. These are other factors concerning hair cutting. The head position of the client, whether the head is dropped down to create a slight undercut so that the hair does not flip out when they're facing forward. That would be something that would be key. If somebody has a tendency to flip out, it's because they're not holding their head correctly during the haircut, or the stylist isn't directing it. The body position of the client as well as the stylist. If the client has their legs crossed during the haircut, it can off-center the shoulders, as well as if the haircut is square, such as in our last example, the stylist should be holding their body in a square position to create that. The texture of the hair. If the hair is curly, one might use the wide tooth of the comb, as opposed to if it's straighter, you could use the fine tooth. And that's to create tension. A face shape, that would be to use lines to direct to emphasize or de-emphasize features on the client. The density of the hair, that determines how much of the hair you're going to cut at one time. If it's finer, you might be able to use wider sections. If it's thinner, you might, if it's thicker, you might need to take finer sections. The density, that's how many hairs per square inch. And the maintenance, that goes from either what they want to do at home, also how many times they need to come in to maintain that haircut. So a good referral for me is that somebody who is discerning, somebody who likes to have the structure, the foundation built, and somebody that wants consistent results.